And Dundee really felt like, it was somewhere that I properly missed. I never ever understood those Dundee jokes that I would hear. How can you tell E.T. is a Dundee fan? Because he looks like one. Exactly, I'm on your side. 2 Dundee kids in a car without music. Who's driving? The policeman. That was not my Dundee, ladies and gentlemen. My Dundee, and I think your Dundee, is a glorious place where the sun streams over a glittering Tay, the Grand Bridge stretching across that, the sandy beach down at Broughty Ferry. It's a city of invention, of cultural icons like Dennis and Nasher, who aren't just comics, but are kind of national institutions that have delighted generations for, I think, more than 75 years. Dundee even has dragons on its coat of arms. Yeah? Like something out of Game of Thrones, but with a lot more random violence. So, as I stand here, I pledge to be a good doctor, like Dr. Bernardo, or Dr. Seuss, or Dr. Dolittle, and not a bad doctor, like one of those ones you read about that leave scalpels in people, or Paul McGann when he was Doctor Who. And I've heard that, it is customary to pass on, a little bit of advice, to stand here arrogantly, like I know anything at all, and tell you what I've learned. So I've written a few things down. There are 7 things. Number 1, keep your eyes open. Grab opportunities when they are there. Now, you might expect me to say this, having written Yes Man, but say yes more. Saying yes more than you would have can revolutionize your life. It's good to say yes. Better to say yes and get something wrong than never to try anything. Because you can take the stupidest thing you've ever done, and I bet there are some stupid things you've done in the last few years. At least they're done, they're over and they're gone. We can learn from the mistakes, we can move on, but it's harder to learn or move on from something that hasn't happened, something we didn't do, and therefore we don't know about. Something that could have been the best thing in our lives if only we'd taken the plunge, if only we'd held our breath and stood up and done it, if only we'd said yes. And I'm not talking about like massive things here either, because sometimes the smallest things can be the ones that have the most impact, because number 2, you are as likely to meet the love of your life at a bad party as at a good one. And if you don't take risks, the only thing you're guaranteeing is that nothing will ever change. So go to the parties that you're sure are going to be terrible, and where you don't know anyone at all, and that are too far away, and that you'll have to change buses for twice, because you'll never know. And I should point out at this point, this is all kind of a metaphor for life. I'm not literally saying go to lots of bad parties. Number 3, if you're ever invited onto Celebrity Mastermind, don't choose Ghostbusters as your specialist chosen subject. People will think you only ever want to talk about Ghostbusters. You will be asked about Ghostbusters literally everywhere you go. Shops, post office queues, by your doctor. One day you'll be phoned up by a major political news show and be flattered that they want your take on current events. But they won't. No. They'll want you to talk about Ghostbusters. The point is, read widely, watch as many films as you can, listen to other people talking about their passions, and see if you can catch some of it. Don't put all your eggs in Dan Aykroyd. That sounded better in my head. Saying it out loud, a little bit odd. Number 4, keep hold of your friends. These clowns sitting around you wearing sort of clothes they're not all that comfortable in, these nitwits that you love, some will be with you forever. Short term, they'll look after you when you stumble out of the Phoenix or Liquid tonight, or Sin City tomorrow. See you there. Mid-term, they'll embarrass you with badly thought-out speeches at your wedding, and long-term, they will know your children and they will look out for them. They'll help you write your history, and when you lose one, you'll lose a bit of your history, so keep them close. 5, thank the teachers who taught you to think. Whether that's the people who taught you here in Dundee, or the teachers you had in primary school, or the people who taught you over the breakfast table every single day of your childhood. Thank them, and then teach others the bits that you found inspiring or important or wondrous. 6, just be cool. Don't be pompous. Never use the word banter, or worse, bants. I've just used them both, and I did that for you. Understand that telling it like it is not the same as telling the truth. Understand that keeping it real is not an excuse for thoughtlessness. Cynicism is no match for wit. Don't say hashtag anything. Whenever you can, make someone's life a bit easier. Don't make a big deal out of correcting other people's grammar. It reflects badly on you, not them, unless they're saying should of instead of should have, in which case, go for your bloody life. Queue properly. This is Britain. And if I've already pressed the button in the lift, don't you then press the button in the lift straight after me as if I don't know how to press a button. I know how to press a button. The lift's coming. You can see I've pressed the button. I've got this. And finally, 7. Go with it. You can buckle in life or you can bend. Many people you'll meet as you stride into the world of work hold up single-mindedness as the greatest virtue. And focus is great, but to be too single-minded means you'll miss whatever else is going on around you. The unusual diversions in the road, the place you've never gone, the people you never thought you'd meet. Whatever they are paying you, don't risk never being surprised. Otherwise, what's the point in anything? So those 7 things, I think, can be summed up in 6 words. Be nice, get involved, have fun. Congratulations to you all. I'm thrilled at this honor. Hashtag, thank you very much.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Everybody loves it.
Oh, good. I'm good.
We should have him again next year. Thank you very much.